Hello, astrology learners. Thank you for joining Lisa Astro Channel. Today, I am going to be discussing in depth the fifth house and all of the significances and meanings given to the house. This house covers many areas of life and is very important to understand. Make sure to watch the video until the end so you don't miss out on any key points. In the Kalpurush Kundali, the fifth house holds the Leo zodiac sign and is ruled by Sun. The fifth house is the house of romance, children, and intelligence, innovative abilities, and your creativity, all the things that make you feel good. This house is all about creativity and self-expression. The fifth house is closely associated with creative self-expression, artistic pursuits, and everything that involves crafting something unique. It is all about how individuals express themselves, whether through art, dance, music, writing, recreation, and sports. This house also governs romance, love affairs, and the pleasure that comes from the emotional and romantic relationships. It's all about the early stages of relationships, dating, and the joy and playfulness that characterize initial romantic encounters. The ease of having children and your relationship with your children is seen through the fifth house. Also determines how well you reason and judgment, understand, and manage your surroundings in the best possible manner. This house also caters to intelligence, analytical skills, taking effective decisions, righteousness, and the prospects of higher education. In other words, the fifth house is about refinement of an individual. It is all about the intellectual and finer side of human identity, an important determinant of the mental level of an individual. This house is all about recreation and leisure activities, hobbies, and any other forms of entertainment. It's all about what people do to have fun and how they enjoy their leisure time. It is a house of drama, theatrical performances, and entertainment. A strong fifth house can give an individual a name and fame, and they can be naturally inclined towards creative outlets and being in the spotlight. It is also the house of speculation, how successful you can be in the stock market, activities, gambling, and investments, risks taken for potential financial rewards. It is the house of learning and wisdom, house of education, schools, your college education. It describes your mental ability to grasp anything, how easily you grasp something, discrimination between virtues and sins. It is the house of ancient knowledge, chanting of mantras or sacred hymns, and spiritual practices. Fifth house is a Trigona house. 1, 5, and 9 are Trigona houses. I made a video on Trigona houses, and I will link it in the description box below so you can check it out. Tri means 3, and Kon means angle. Trigona in Sanskrit signifies a triangle. Trigona houses represent the key aspects of our life. It includes the self, first house, wisdom and creativity, fifth house, and dharma or righteousness, ninth house. Trigona houses are auspicious and provide knowledge, guidance, and spiritual growth to an individual. Fifth house deals with your sanchit karma, your accumulated karmas, and purva punya means good deeds one has done from the previous births. This is an auspicious house which can give good fortune and luck due to the good deeds you've performed in a previous life. Body parts associated with the fifth house are stomach, spine, upper and middle back, liver, and pancreas. Jupiter is the significator karaka of the fifth house. Jupiter is the karaka for children. Let's take a look at the various energies of each planet in the fifth house. Keep in mind these are generalized predictions. You need to take into account conjunctions, zodiac sign placement, and aspects related to the fifth house within your own birth chart to get an accurate understanding of what the fifth house means specifically to you. If you have Sun in the fifth house, this is a great placement as it illuminates the area of creativity. You will have strong desire to express your creativity through your hobbies and interests. You are high in the social life and love to meet new people and have a good time. If you have Moon in the fifth house, you enjoy strong bonds in your love relationships. You are talented in creative fields. You obtain emotional balance when you're learning something. Your mother will be creative. You can become a famous artist, singer, dancer, or actor, where you can express your emotions. If you have Mercury in the fifth house, you will be very creative. You can become a good teacher. You can be good at stocks and speculations. You communicate as a form of creative self-expression. Communication and intelligence are the most important when it comes to romantic relationships. If you have Venus in the fifth house, you love the spotlight and are good at entertaining. You enjoy the pleasures in life. You have strong interest in romantic relationships. You are charming, warm, fun, and a creative person. If you have Mars in the fifth house, you are enthusiastic and energetic in all spheres of life. Energetic and passionate in your romantic relationships. You wouldn't shy away from taking risks. You have a wide variety of interests, ranging from outdoor sports to speculative businesses. If you have Jupiter in the fifth house, you are generous and warm in your romantic relationships, highly talented in teaching, showing patience, and love the learning process. Benefits from speculative business and investments. You can be well versed in ancient knowledge. If you have Saturn in the fifth house, your interests and hobbies are more practical than fun. You may find it difficult to have fun and enjoy because you are focused on work. There can be a delay with obtaining a child. You would be more serious in your romantic relationships. If you have Rahu in the fifth house, you would be a creative person. You seek to be at the center stage. Your creative expression can be dramatic. You would have a strong desire to have children. You are an expert in speculation and may become a successful stockbroker. If you have Ketu in the fifth house, you would naturally be a creative person, but you would be modest about your talents. You are inclined towards philosophical subjects. You can have interest in occult subjects. You can bring luck towards speculative investments. There can be challenges with childbirth. Now let's take a look at the influences of various zodiac signs in the fifth house. Aries in the fifth house brings a fiery, energetic, and assertive quality to creative pursuits and romantic relationships. Individuals with this placement may show leadership in artistic endeavors and have a straightforward approach to love. Taurus in the fifth house emphasizes a love for comfort, beauty, and stability in creative activities. Relationships and connections with children may be grounded and sensual, reflecting a need for security and consistency. Gemini in the fifth house brings a playful, curious, and communicative energy. It indicates a multi-purpose approach to creativity and a need for intellectual stimulation in romantic relationships. Cancer in the fifth house heightens emotional depth, nurturing, and a strong connection with family and children. Creativity may be expressed through emotionally driven methods, and romantic relationships are deeply felt. Leo in the fifth house enhances creativity, self-expression, and a desire for recognition. This placement often indicates a strong presence in the arts and a generous, passionate approach to love and relationship with children. Virgo in the 5th house. There is a focus on detail, practicality, and improvement in creative endeavors. Relationships and interactions with children may be marked by a desire to guide and help. Libra in the 5th house brings harmony, balance, and a strong artistic sense. Enjoyment is aimed at creating beauty and harmony. Romantic relationships are marked by fairness and partnership. Scorpio in the 5th house adds intensity, depth towards interests in life. Creative and romantic experiences are deeply emotional and potentially transformative. Children and undergraduate studies can transform the individual as well. Sagittarius in the 5th house brings in an expansive, optimistic, and adventurous energy. Creativity may be expressed through exploring different cultures or philosophies, and romances are often open-minded and philosophical. Capricorn in the 5th house brings a sense of responsibility, structure, and ambition. Creative pursuits may be approached with discipline, and romantic relationships are taken seriously. Aquarius in the 5th house brings innovation, uniqueness, and a humanitarian perspective. Creativity may be unconventional, and romantic relationships are often non-traditional. And finally, Pisces in the 5th house brings a spiritual, imaginative, and compassionate quality. Creative expression is seen through artistic or spiritual mediums, and romantic relationships are infused with empathy and deep emotional connections. Now you can see how much the 5th house covers and why it is so important to take time in analyzing this house, as it deals with many important aspects of your life. That concludes my overview of the 5th house. I hope you have all become enlightened and understand the importance of this Trigona house in a deeper manner. If you enjoyed today's video, please like it and make sure to share, comment, and subscribe so we can stay connected. I thank all of you for joining me today, and I will see all of you next week. Bye-bye.